Hey guys, it's me, Simon Comics, and today is Veterans Day. And in celebration of Veterans Day and to pay honor, I'm going to do a quick video talking about Jack Kirby, Joe Simon, and Alfred Harvey. So, it is Veterans Day in the US, and in Canada, it's Remembrance Day for World War I. And so basically, I just want to show this really quickly. This was distributed by Harvey Comics, and it just basically tells you military courtesy, how to salute, and how to walk, and things like that. So it's very interesting. I actually have two of these. I think Metarog will find this interesting. So last time I showed the Joe Palooka comic, and he never saw it, so I'm just wondering if you ever saw this one. So it really is quite good. I believe this came out in the 50s. It doesn't say on the inside. So basically, Joe Simon, Jack Kirby, they were working together in the 1940s, and they were doing Captain America comics, and then they later moved to Adventure Comics, Boy Commandos. They worked a little bit on Detective Comics for the Boy Commando stories, and they went from Marvel to DC, which at the time was called Timely. And so they moved over there, and they were working on it, and the Second World War had just started. We had just entered the war, and Joe and Alfred and Jack, they were all friends. And Joe and Alfred, they enlisted into the war. They volunteered. And Joe told Jack, you know what, let's volunteer. At least we might get a chance to choose where we get stationed. And Jack, for some reason, didn't want to enlist. So Joe and Alfred went into the war first, and Jack later went in 1943. And but he went into like mid to late 43. I believe Joe went in a few months earlier. And so Joe and Alfred, they got out first. And then Jack was sent back. I believe because he had like something happen, like maybe a health issue or something. But so basically, Joe and Alfred came back, and I'll be showing pictures that these are online. And then Jack came back, and you know, everyone was very patriotic during the war. And when they came back, they were looking for work, and one work that they did was for Alfred Harvey. And Alfred Harvey, if you guys don't know, he's the owner of Harvey Comics. He started Harvey Comics. They did Boy Explorers in 1946. This is a pretty nice grade. And so, besides Boy Explorers, they also did Boys Ranch. And just want to make a quick mention. You might be thinking, oh, well, I have another Boys Ranch over there too, but right there, the orange cover. But you might be thinking, it recently occurred to me, Boy Explorers, Boys Ranch, Boy Commandos, and that's because back then the comics were really aimed towards kids, especially the male children, because they were mostly dominant. That's why when the romance comics came along with Young Romance #1, there were romance comics, but that really made the market explode with Simon and Kirby. That was because the girls, they finally had something to read, and then I believe even some boys read it. You know, Joe and Jack, they used to get letters written in from them, and they would give them advice, boys and girls. And so, just want to say thank you. Salute to the veterans. Thank you for your service. I really appreciate it. And it's just interesting how these comic book creators, they were in the war, they experienced the war, they did comics on the war. And it's just very interesting. So, thanks so much for watching. Have a happy and safe Veterans Day. Thank your veterans. And, yeah. So, as always, you can watch some videos right now.